The healed man dies inside the neglected little boy. This is where I'll take you into my story. I was raised in a household where I was told to shut up, be quiet. I was forced to stand in the corner for hours. If I was crying, my mother would beat me until I stopped crying. Whenever I was crying, she would always tell me I was acting like a little girl. So I feared acting like a little girl. I killed my tears. I was afraid to cry. I was afraid to feel, right? So it created a numbness. This is what created my lack of empathy for others. This is what created my fear of love. This is what created me having the ability to see myself. I was invisible to myself. I hated myself. I hated love. Love hurt. Whenever my mother, the only times I heard love was when my mother was beating me, and she was saying she used to hit me and say, "I'm doing this because I love you," right? So if that's the foundation of who I used to be, and because that little boy has to grow to become a teenager, that teenager has to become the man.
Now I will never be your hater, I'm your biggest fan. I hope it falls into place just how you planned it. Life could put you in a pickle, just make sure it's kosher. Lean on me like Bill Withers until you smell the roses. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscribe or die trying. You see the thumbnail. More importantly, you see the clip. Get this book, but you got to Google it. Google it first so you can get the Amazon link. Okay? Google it first. IDG Curry. Now, these people are lying. They're lying. And I'm sick and tired of seeing people get on and on these podcasts and on these clips and upload clips of themselves completely lying about everything. Lying about your trauma, lying about what's toxic. And you can tell. And people go, what do you mean? First of all, that man is talking about getting punished for something wrong as a child. That's not toxic. That's not trauma. That's called punishment. That's called discipline. That's called consequences. Now, y'all didn't, refitted and reformatted consequences to when I was a child, uh, I used to be put in the corner for hours. Time out. I'm going to tell you how that's a lie. You don't get put in the corner for nothing. People who put you in the corner don't whip your ass. They put you in the corner as a form of discipline so they don't whip your ass. And if you're a kid who gets put in the corner, 5 minutes, 30 minutes feels like hours. But here's what people forget about these stories and sentiments that people playing these games with. The people who always say something happened to them when they were children, they never say what they did. And then y'all get to this, and we did it with women, and now these women have children, and now their children have the same mindset. It doesn't matter what I've done. It doesn't matter what happened. It does matter. Because now you're making parenting toxic. You're making parenting traumatic. But you can be as out of pocket as you want. And the stereotype of that is this: when you see people in society, and they go and they say something to the effect of, when somebody confronts them, well, what did I do? That's the same person that was when they was a kid was acting out of pocket, and somebody had to check them. But now as an adult, nobody's putting them in the corner. Nobody's whipping them. Nobody's telling them stop all that crying. No. Now they get to just, I don't know. I'm just doing what I want to do, and I'm doing me. Okay. All right. So your presence around people can't be toxic and traumatic, huh? So let's go there. Let's go there. I had to suppress my tears. What? Man, I don't know a grown man talk about, I had to suppress my tears as a child. They told me to shut up. Every kid in America gets told to shut up. And guess what? The vast majority of them kids that get told to shut up should be shutting up because they don't know what they're talking about. So you're going to have kids. I'm never telling my kids to shut up. You lying. You lying. You're going to say, be quiet. I say be quiet, not shut up, because I was traumatized by shut up. What were you saying to make somebody tell you to shut up? What were you doing if they told you to be quiet and you decided, you was playing and I kept playing, and they said, "Hey, shut up." I've been traumatized for life. You over there, minding grown folks' business, ear hustling, and now you trying to tell somebody else their business, and they go, "Shut up!" But you don't say stuff like that. Y'all like a person like me who I've lived long enough to know there are things that I did right as a kid, and there are things I did wrong as a kid. So if you can't bring up what you did wrong, I got in trouble. Most people know what they got in trouble for. Most people know what they got whippings and they got punished and they got sat down for. So for y'all to be adults and y'all can never say, okay, this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. My mama told me stop acting like a girl. Now, what you want to act like a girl? That's what this is about. You a grown man, you finally, I just want to touch into my femininity and act like a girl. I always wanted to do you make me feel like a natural. My mama told me to shut up. I could never do that. Shit, what the fuck? Let's go there. Let's go there. A lot of y'all don't want to hear it, but the reality is this. Y'all are soft because y'all don't take accountability and responsibility for your actions from a child to an adult. You want to put all that on the world, people need to have accountability and responsibility, but y'all don't have how y'all forget doing so much bad stuff? That's what I want to know. Because I don't want to hear this. I was a perfect kid and I never got in trouble. I never got a whipping. I never got chastised. I never got put in the corner. I don't want to hear that. There's a difference between a whipping and a beating. There's a difference between being put in the corner, and sitting in the corner and being put in the corner for nothing. Yeah, y'all idea of abuse is just regular old parenting. Regular old parenting. And this is why in this time and this is why in this era, in this time and day, a lot of y'all need y'all ass whipped because y'all do a lot of sucker shit. I'm just gonna tell you, millennials, y'all do a lot of sucker shit, playing like you stupid, playing like you trying to get over. But the people you screwing over are just supposed to let it slide, right? Because a response to y'all lying and cheating and manipulating and stealing and y'all gaslighting and not taking accountability is trauma. It's toxic to y'all. See, y'all the kids that back in the day, if you was a kid and you stole out of your parents, your mother's purse or your dad's wallet, and they found out, they gonna whip your ass. See, y'all the kids that ass whipping is traumatic. They have no reason to beat me just because what? Doesn't matter what. Nobody has the right to do that. Oh, so did you have the right to do all the stuff you did? I didn't tell you I did anything. Yeah, exactly. You never tell anybody you do anything. Y'all never tell anybody what you did. It's always something happening to you. And anybody with common sense knows if you have all these stories of what happened to you, people start looking at the stories like, wait a minute, how did you find yourself in all these situations? I mean, you just walking around here like Jesus and calamity is happening to you. No, you're doing stuff. That's what's going on. You're doing stuff, but you don't want to tell anybody you're doing stuff. You want to throw everybody under the bus. See, the parent he's talking about, that's not a parent that's abusive. That's not a parent that's putting the world before their kid. No. That's a parent who's on their kid's ass for being out of pocket. That's what that is. That's what that is. In this clip, if it's something more than that, they should have put it in this clip. Because in this clip, it just sounds like a grown man who was disciplined for being a bad kid at times and is shocked. I couldn't be myself because my mama told me to stop acting like a girl. Every boy gets told that. If you start acting like a girl, you acting like a girl now. And newsflash, a lot of y'all who around y'all mamas, guess what? The men say, hey man, that boy you acting too much like a girl. Now you need to have some men around him. Then the mama's like, nah, that's my baby. My baby not acting like a girl. And then they get a look at it and they're like, oh, you need to stop acting like a little girl. You're not a little girl. So newsflash, that happens. That happens. So you might have been acting like a little girl. Right now, I could say you acting like a girl because you lying and acting like nobody could pinpoint where this lie is at. Y'all got to cut this out, man. Y'all really got to cut this out because it's basically generation lying. What generational curses and traumas y'all gonna have for just living a lie and creating a lie and walking with it? All y'all gonna be parents and grandparents and have these bullshit ass stories to tell y'all kids and grandkids because y'all gonna make everything traumatic. Y'all full of shit, man. I'm done. Tell me what you think. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace. You ever been at the top of the universe? I'm gonna take you.